Floyd Zadkovich, International Commercial Lawyers. Here is Jonas's report on the Admiralty Disruption Conference in New Orleans.
Hello everyone, I'm checking in from beautiful New Orleans. We are in the Sheraton Hotel at the foot of Canal Street right now. I am at the ABA TIBS Admiralty Disruption Conference put up by the Torts Trial and Insurance Practice Group of the American Bar Association. It is the premiere for this event, 2019 first year. It started Thursday night, it runs through lunchtime today. I just came out of a section on autonomous vessels. I just kind of here to walk you through some of the highlights, or what I thought were the highlights of the event so far. Big shout out to the organizers, really did a great job. Interesting speakers, lively atmosphere. So it really, the title Disruption really fits perfectly. All right, let's go through this. On Friday began with an incredibly important topic, mental health and drug use, especially in the maritime industry. As the awareness of this topic grows in our society, of course, so does the awareness in the maritime industry. So it is a topic of increasing importance for ship owners, ship operators, but also, of course, insurers and then counsel. One of the great points made here and great ways to improve on what we do so far is provide mental health counseling when a vessel is underway, which is made so possible nowadays by the internet. And then, of course, also counseling beyond and fatigue management. We had great speakers talk about these things. Some of these things have already been implemented. So great topic right there. Moving on, one of the topics on Friday was a catastrophic loss, CTL, and that works and worked perfectly in unison with another topic inside the minds of marine insurers. So what we got here and what I took away from it is the importance of a clearly defined communications channel. Assignments have to be known in advance. Local counsel is very important with local knowledge and also being there right away, preferably before the Coast Guard gets there. And then, of course, as an extra, the emergency response team being assigned way before anything happens, right? So great topic, great speakers on the P&I Club side, on the insurer side, as well as the ship owner and ship operator side, and counsel, of course. Great moderators too. Then Michael Leahy's keynote address, he defined disruption for us. We got to see some pictures of him from the 80s being a seaman. Great fun, great note there. Followed by yet another highlight, the Tulane Maritime Law Journal put up a presentation, 30 cases in 30 minutes. It was a great job done by my fellow members. Shout out also to our editor-in-chief, Gillis Klotz, for putting us out there. Great event and a lot of fun. Another topic on Friday was IMO 2020. Now this came up in several spots, so I can't point out a single section that talked about it specifically, but it came up all the time, right? And that is, of course, because it is knocking on the door. We are about 9 months away from when the regulation comes into force. So one of the things was feasibility and market impact. Prices are going to be impacted. People were talking about how to comply. One way being putting out LNG vessels. And then scrubbers were a big topic, the efficiency of those, the costs, and what about vessels that do not and cannot accommodate scrubbers. So that was one side, and then of course using low sulfur fuel and the possible problems with availability. So great topic, very important, especially for the coming years as the industry shifts. Another great topic on Friday was a section on the anatomy of an emergency response. Now this, in part, had a lot in common with the talks about marine insurance and the response teams, but also what was highlighted was the necessity for a P&R team. Nowadays, in a world that is so fast-paced, in a world where social media has such a big influence, you really have to be on top of everything. And it's not just emergency response in a way of the legal side and the protection of life and property, but also protection of the public image. So the PR team as an absolute necessity. Moving on to Saturday. Saturday today started off great with a view from the plaintiff's bar, which is of course interesting because we're mainly talking about ship owners here, insurers, P&I clubs, and defendants counsel really. So hearing from the plaintiff's bar point of view was great. One of the big issues and topics was punitive damages and their availability under general maritime law and in the presence of a Jones Act seaman. Now this is an incredibly important topic, especially this week, because Betterton v. Dutra Group is pending in the Supreme Court, and oral argument will be heard on this. Will be heard this coming Monday. So hopefully we'll get some answers soon. And it was a great moment there, where there was a real exchange between plaintiff counsel issues, defendant counsel issues. Great section. Another section on Saturday today was compliance, and even more so than that, about the business impact and what can be done beyond compliance with, for example, environmental rules. We had a speaker, Jeff Reynolds, from Arctic Tankers Company. He made some great points, especially that going beyond regulations actually helps the business-wise. He has a business background, so it was very interesting to hear him talk about how you can reduce premiums by being accident and incident-free, which was all great points, very, very well taken. A great speaker, too. Autonomous vessels are at the horizon of the next development, and one of the big issues slash developments is the regulatory framework that has to be changed or adjusted to these upcoming issues. For example, the need to have a person on watch at all times, right? For an autonomous vessel, that in the ideal world wouldn't be necessary. So a change in regulations has to come at some point, and it's probably even the next step before we can move forward with any real effort to put autonomous vessels out there. Now, I've been talking for 7.5 minutes. It's probably time to wrap it up. It's been a great conference. Thank you to all the organizers for putting it out there. Thank you for the Tulane Maritime Law Journal, EIC, Gillis Klotz for putting us out there. It was great meeting old friends and new. Thanks a lot for watching this, and we'll catch you next time.
If you have enjoyed this latest video update from Floyd Zadkovich, we'd be delighted if you followed us on LinkedIn. We have a company page there. It's called Floyd Zadkovich, and we try and push out some interesting information for you, keep you updated, make it relevant, lively. So jump on board. It would be great to have you there. And until next time, take care.